Hello Jungle, we are back with another operator guide and today it's all about Toxik. She's one of the strongest picks if you know how to use her right, and honestly, I think most people are sleeping on her. I'm Kahzrel and I'm going to break down 10 tips plus a bonus to help you master her kit and buff your way to victory. Let's get started. Tip number 1, Dragonfly Swarm is a pre-flight win button. Her ultimate launches a wave of drones in front of her that does two things. The first one, it buff allies that the drones go through. You will see a blue aura around them. This is exactly the same buff as they get when you use the Adreno boost, the other skill. And I will go into detail of it after. It debuffs the enemy, and it debuffs them in three ways. It blurs the vision, they cannot hear properly, almost like nothing, and it slowly reduces their HP. And this is the bleed effect. The bleed effects every second reduces their HP of 7.5 HP, down to 10 HP. Most players don't realize how strong this is. Think about it. The moment you get hit by the drone, you cannot see, you cannot hear, your health is going down. You need to press H to remove it, and that takes a few seconds. And then your HP takes 2.5 seconds to get back full health. During that time, all the operators that were hit are made completely useless and extremely easy to kill. So my pro tip, the drones follow the path and curves of obstacle. You can use them to enter doors, to follow corridors, to wrap around corners. So if you aim properly, you can really check specific places. And I recommend to aim downwards so it doesn't start flying too high. And as well, if there are stairs, it can even go downstairs in buildings and so on. Tip number 2, the ult is also a scan, and that I don't think a lot of people know about it. So every time the ult hits an enemy or a bot or a boss, you get a hit mark, very similar to the Knights of Haklo. You can use that to, for example, confirm if there are campers at extracts, if someone is in a room, or if someone is picking a corner. You can as well use it to know how many operators you touch with the ult to know if you should be pushing or not. If you ult and you see 2 hit marks out of 3 operators you're fighting with, then you should definitely push. 2 of them are going to be in a bad situation and made kind of useless for a few seconds. Remember though, you get a hit mark if you touch an AI as well. So if you're checking angles and using the ult to do that as a scan, it could be as well you're just hitting a bot. But if you know operators are there or there's a chance, this is an amazing way to engage and make sure you know someone is not camping a corner. Quick note, you can actually use that on bosses to make them very low HP and kill them. Tip number 3, the Adreno boost is a pre-fight or mid-fight laser beam mode. This is an adrenaline boost, this is her V skill. It buffs both yourself and your nearby enemies, and it improves 3 statistics. The first one is a faster aim down sight speed, faster ADS. The ADS is the time it takes to move from not aiming at being a full aim sight. And that buff makes a massive difference in that. The second one, it lowers the recoils. And the third one, and that I think not a lot of people know about it, it reduces the hit flinch. A hit flinch is basically how accurate you are while you're getting shot at. When you're getting shot at, your vision is all blurry, the aim is moving, and actually you're losing accuracy. This buff reduces that and lets you be still very accurate while fighting and getting shot at. Another very powerful thing about that buff, it's when you are under the buff, every time you get an assist or a knockout, you are getting the next level of the buff, and you can increase it as much as you want. You don't need to finish the target, just knocking them out gives you access to the buff right away, and then every time you will use the skill in the future, then you will get access to the benefits of it. You can see it at the bottom on the icon of the skill. There's a number at the bottom left. This is the number of the level of the skills, how much you have improved it. Now it lasts for 25 seconds. So my advice is use it very early before the fights, before engaging, right before you push or you picks. Because it lasts 30 seconds, that should be enough time for you to start engaging and fighting. If you get an early knockout or an assist, then your buff is getting stronger. If the fight lasts, then you're able to use it a second time after 60 seconds cooldown. I mean, in a long fight, you're able to use it at least 2 times. And that does not apply only to yourself, but that applies to all your teammates. They get the buffs, but as well, they get the benefits if they get knockouts or assists to improve it, making the whole team a war machine. Tip number 4, don't waste the smoke. Blind the enemy, not your team. A lot of players don't understand how toxic smoke work, and I'm a bit tired to see them using it the same way as they use the stinger smoke. The blind gas is actually in the name. It's not just a smoke, it's a flash ability. So use it offensively. If you're smoking an enemy and they're in the smoke or crossing the smoke, they're going to be blind. An enemy that crosses the smoke and get out of the smoke will only hold C, giving you an extreme advantage in killing them. This is how you should use it. You should use the smoke to deny pushes. You can throw it directly at enemies or on the path between the enemies and you, forcing them to enter the smoke and getting blind. You can use it to isolate players. Let's say you're fighting a squad, then one player is on one side and the two other players on the other side. If you smoke in between them and you push, then you isolate a player, allowing you to fight a 1v3 or 2v1, for example. This is extremely powerful. This is something that people who play Apex Legends and play Bangalore should be used to. Use the smokes to create situations where you can have 2v1s or 1v1s instead of fighting only a 3v3 with angles you cannot protect. And if the other part of the squad is trying to push, then they will have to cross the smoke, making it extremely dangerous for them. It should be an easy kill for you. Use it as well to force mistakes. You know how greedy people are in this game. They want the kills because they want the loot. So if they are getting a crack on your teammate or on yourself, use the smoke right away. They will push the smoke anyway because they think, he's low HP, I need to push. Then wait behind the smoke, let them get blind and destroy them. There are some cases when you can still smoke yourself to heal or res, but I don't think it's a great idea. The radius of the smoke is not big, so just by shooting in the smoke, they will find the hit mark and they will kill you. If you smoke them instead, then the radius is much larger. It's much harder for them to kill you through the smoke. And if they want to, then they will have to push. And then that's the other scenario when you're forcing them to do a mistake and getting an easy kill. Tip number 5, abuse the sweet healing mid-fight. So the passive ability made the consumable much faster, whether they are heals, search kits, painkillers, or armor repairs. I've done a lot of testing and you can see some of the numbers that I found, but basically it reduces all of these items, the usage of the item, between 33% and 50%. So it's insane, meaning that you can reset mid-fight, you can safely heal, safely repair, fix yourself mid-fight. And this does not apply only to you, it applies to all your teammates as well. So it allows you to engage in a fight, dealing some damage, step back, fully reset and re-engage, while the other teammates or the other operators you're fighting with are getting the pressure not be able to do it. This is super powerful in duels as well. You can really reset and re-engage and you basically have 2 lives. And that multiple lives feature that it allows by the passive, this is what I think makes Toxik extremely powerful, even if you're playing with randoms or teammate or solo. Please like and subscribe. This is the best way to support the channel and encourage me to make more of these videos. And I have a lot of other guys on my channel, so please take a look. Tip number 6, she's not a healer, so don't play passive. Toxik doesn't have the active heals of Stinger. Your job is to prevent damage by buffing, debuffing, and denying vision, disrupt the fights, isolate enemies, and ensure you and your team can reset with the heals and the fast revive. So for that, you need to be alive. So my pro tip is never be the first one to engage, but don't stay too far behind the line. Being the second one to engage is usually the ideal situation. That allows you to fight, to leverage your Adreno boost, but as well get knockouts and assists so you keep increasing it and making it stronger. But as well, if things don't go well, you can step back, fully reset, revive, use the smoke to protect and re-engage. If you're the first one to engage and you die, then all your passive abilities and active are totally useless for everybody. So being on the second in line is the best, whether you play with organized teammates or with randoms. Tips number 5, what I think is the right loadout. I think primarily you should aim at mid-range ARs, and that's because of what I explained before. Being in the right positions allows you to fight, engage in the fights, being able to buff and debuff and react to situations, getting the buffs on the Adreno boost by getting knockouts and assists, but as well to disengage and reset if needed. There are a lot of funny meta you can try with Toxik because Adreno boost is reducing the ADS and increasing a lot the recoil, or the control of the recoil. Then you can play a lot of weapons that are usually pretty slow. Think about LMGs, think about some snipers. That totally changes it. You now have an insane handling every time you cast the skill, making some really interesting plays, for example, if you want to do fast copying or things like that. So play around with this. Tip number 8, she's the ultimate reviver. So she has the support passive, allowing them to revive someone very quickly. And because of the other skills, this is how you can play it. Let's say one of your teammates gets knocked. The other team, so the enemy team is about to push. First, throw the gas smoke towards them. So to be able to push you, they have to cross the smoke and they cannot shoot you through the smoke easily. If you have the ult, then throw the ult behind the smoke. If they're about to push, then they will get caught in the ult and the time is going to take them to remove the drones and push, cross the smoke and find you. It's usually enough time to be able to res. If you don't have the drones, that's okay. What you can do, you can fake the revive if they were close enough. By faking the revive, you're getting them this feeling that I need to push, I need to get the kills, I want the loot. They're going to cross the smoke. What you will be doing, you'll be waiting behind it, watching the smoke, and the moment they cross, they're going to be half blind, and they're going to miss 50% of their shots at least. So that should be an easy kill for you. If they're far enough, even if you don't have the ult, you might be able to get the revive. Tip number 9, you can combine her skills for maximum impact, and you can combine them with other operators. I'm going to give you 4 interesting combos. The first one is her ult, the Dragonfly, with other teammates' nades. Because the Dragonfly is lowering HPs of the operators down to 10 HP. A nade can literally kill them very easily. So if you know you're about to throw the ult, inform your teammates that have nades that they are getting ready so you can combine them and get a quick knock. The second one is using the blind gas, so her smoke, with other flash abilities from Nox and Haklo, for example. If you flash inside the smoke, the enemies are not going to see it coming and they will still be flashed. They cannot, for example, break the drone of Haklo if it's in the smoke. They're not going to see it. So this is a very powerful combo to push or to defend. The third one is to mix your 2 skills. You can start with the ult to debuff, and then you can buff yourself and push after you get someone with the ult. You're going to be just a war machine doing that. And the last one is the one I explained. Don't forget to mix the gas and the ult. If you get an enemy operator caught in your gas, in your smoke, and they got with the ult, they're not going to even know they have the drones. They're going to totally panic. Their life is going to go down, and that's all easy kills. It's hilarious to see how people panic in the middle of the smoke when they don't see and they get the drones. Tip number 10. Solo with randoms Toxik, you still have an edge. Everybody thinks Toxik is only good with pre-made organized team. I don't agree. I played tons of her, I always play with randoms, and there is some of her skills that make her very powerful even as a solo. So first, the fact that you can debuff and isolate enemies gives you a lot of one-on-one fight. The one-on-one fight that you should win because of the Adreno boost. You're much stronger. The second one is the Adreno boost allows you to pick angles and pre-fires very, very easily. The other thing, as I mentioned, using the smoke right allows you to both engage and as well disengage safely. And with her passive ability, you can literally reset, heal, and go back to fight. And I think that's one of the most powerful abilities with randoms. It gives you the ability to constantly fight and re-engage very quickly. And remember, one good ult and you can 1v3. If they are caught with the drones and low HP, they are usually panicking. No information, they are not communicating anymore. They're just trying to hide. They're panicking to find that H key, and these are usually easy kills. Bonus tip, use the smoke to fake and flank. The smoke is very easy to use and you can throw it pretty far. You can use it to smoke in an angle and push on the other one. You want to flank right, then smoke left. You want to push bridge in admin, then go on one of the balcony and smoke the other balcony. So they will think someone is coming from behind. And by doing that, you will force them to watch other angles and not be only focused on you. You have a Nox in your team. Well, do that and smoke in an angle, bait in an angle, and let him push in the other one. This is very powerful, and because you can aim very precisely and throw the smoke very far, you can really use that as the way you do in Counter-Strike to fake positions and do flanks. With these tips, you should be able to start mastering Toxik, and you won't be just a support. You will dictate fights. She's one of the most underrated operators in the game, and in the right hands, she's an absolutely game changer. I stream 5 times a week. Join me on my Twitch channel at Kahzrel. Come and ask a question and learn the game with me. À plus tard les opérateurs.